and welcome back to the Practical Alchemy podcast, the mini wellness series 101. And I'm so grateful that you're here. We are a small but mighty team here at Practical Alchemy, sharing stories and tools to alchemize your life. And in this mini series, whether somebody just sent it to you, you've been listening for a long time, you just stumbled upon it, we're going to talk about the modality that started everything for me. I mean, truly, yoga was what started everything for me, but sound healing was the modality that I first trained in and absolutely changed the trajectory of my life. And so, my name is Natalie. I am your host. I'm also the founder of Lemon Alchemy, sound practitioner, cacao ceremonialist, Dharma coach, and founder of Latinas Who Meditate, the nonprofit organization. And I'm so happy that you're here. Sound found me, I like to say, 6 years ago because my yoga mentor approached me one day and randomly was like, "Hey, I'm doing this training over the summer and I felt really called to invite you to take it with me." And I thought, that's so random. At the time I was working in sales and partnerships and I was saving up to do a 200-hour yoga teacher training. And this sound practitioner training was the same amount of investment. And that was one piece. The second piece was I had never even considered being a sound practitioner. Of course, I had gone to sound baths, but it was something that I kind of just thought I did at the end of the week to release stress. But sure enough, went to bed that night, woke up the next day, and I thought, whoa, okay. For whatever reason, I'm feeling really called to answer this call that my mentor invited me to. And before I knew it, day one of training, something was sparked within me that has only continued to burn brighter and lead my path, lead my way. And so this was back in 2018, 6 years ago. And sound is one of those things that, because it's energy work, because it delves in the realm of metaphysics, there is still so little that we know about it. All of that to say, in allopathic medicine and Western medicine, sound is used every day. Sound is what powers the technology of ultrasound to look at fetuses, to look at inside of the body through that technology. Sound is also used to break down kidney stones, the vibrations. And so sound is something that's being explored also in cancer research by oncologists. Now, that's just in Western allopathic medicine. People think that sound baths are a new age concept. And that's something that's new. But the reality is, sound has been a cornerstone of ancient healing practices for a long, 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 long time. For example, in ancient India, there are these sacred texts called the Vedas, and the Vedas talk about how sound and vibration through mantra, through chanting, through humming was used for transformation, for healing. There are these really wise the siddhas. These are the medicine people, the alchemists, the wisdom keepers. The siddhas were known to download different frequencies and sounds that are used today. We think about Om, the sound of Om, the sound that we make when we practice yoga. It's the universal primordial sound that contains all sounds. And so sound has been used for millennia by cultures all around the world. We think of the indigenous of Australia. They used to use didgeridoos that are still used today. We think of shamans that use drumming to induce altered states of consciousness through what we now understand is brain entrainment through wavelength and frequency. And so let's talk about that because I think that is one key point in sound healing and sound baths that's really profound and can be measured through case studies, through research, through technology. Not that at Practical Alchemy we need the case studies, but it's nice to have. It's nice to feed that part of the brain that likes to understand. And so with sound, we have the capacity through a process called entrainment, through influencing the brain waves to match the frequencies that are being produced by sound. So, what does that mean? A frequency is a cycle per second. And so, there is something called a theta brainwave frequency that's about zero point 0.4 to 7 cycles per second. That's kind of that state between awake and asleep. It's that subconscious veil when we're not thinking about the day, the to dos, our to do list, the stressors, the conversations. We're just fully present, and the body can bring itself back into homeostasis because the nervous system is directly connected to the subconscious mind. And this is all Dr. Joe Dispenza's basis of his work. If you're curious about learning more, I highly recommend studying his research and his work. He adds such beautiful scientific vocabulary to help the mind digest what it is that he's talking about. But in essence, sound has the ability to allow our brainwaves to drop into theta. Now, as you're listening, whether you're watching this episode, whether you're listening through sound waves, your brain is likely in beta. Beta is our normal wake state, and beta can range anywhere between high beta, which is associated with stress, anxiety, to low beta, which is probably what you're in right now, just listening. And just the action of closing our eyes and focusing on our breath can actually begin to drop our brainwave frequencies to slow down so that they fall into the range of alpha. Alpha is kind of like a restful, relaxed state. Now, if we're in that long enough and supported by sound frequencies, we can actually allow the brainwave to drop into what is known as theta. And like we talked about, theta is what allows the nervous system to have the space, to have the capacity to re regulate itself, to take itself from fight or flight, which is that sympathetic response where we're stressed, we're going through the stressors and stimuli of life. And just by allowing the brainwave to drop into theta, the nervous system can bring itself back and maybe shift into rest and digest. And people think that, which is also known as parasympathetic. Para, Latin root stop, right? To stop that response. People think that a sympathetic nervous system response is bad. And the truth is, it's not. Because if the car in front of you brakes and you're going 40 miles per hour, your sympathetic nervous system is what's going to kick in and allow you to hit that brake right away, right? We want that response. We want the body to stimulate, to activate the heart rate, the breathing, to narrow the vision so that we can take action. Now, what happens? Okay, we break, we're stressed out. Oh my God, my heart's pumping. We don't know how to regulate ourselves. We keep driving, and then our boss calls us and they're like, hey, you didn't submit that proposal that you were supposed to submit. Oh my God, we're stressed out even more. And then we get a text message from our partner that we forgot to wash the dishes. And then our mom calls us and we don't want to talk to our mom right now. And then before we know it, we get to our destination and we're starting to scroll on Instagram, which is just continuing to perpetuate that stress response, that stimuli. If that little juncture just stressed you out, because it stressed me out, let's just take a breath. Okay. And see, that is nervous system regulation. Now, sometimes the nervous system needs a little bit more than just a breath because it's rough out here. It's rough out here in this world. These poor little mammals, these animal suits, are exposed to more stimuli than they were designed to. And so, sound baths are a really beautiful opportunity to be kind of cocooned, to be bathed in sound in a way that is supportive to the body. The vibrations can begin to restore harmony, right? Science now understands that everything is vibration. And what is sound but vibration that falls within an audible range of human hearing? Humans can hear anywhere between 16 to 20,000 hertz. That's 16 to 20,000 cycles per second, waves per second. Anything that falls above that is known as infrasound, I believe. And anything that falls below that falls as ultrasound. Maybe it's reverse. Please don't quote me on that. Please type in the comments. Let me know if you look it up because I don't remember. But basically, what I'm saying is just because we can't hear it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just because we can't hear the vibration doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Why is this an important thing? Because thought forms are vibration. Words and conversations are vibration. What we see is vibration. What we come in contact with is vibration. And so, if we're constantly exposed to vibration all day that is unintentional and potentially harmful or not supportive, then how can we bring ourselves back into homeostasis? Well, in sound theory, we believe that these specifically curated sounds can bring us back into harmony, right? We think of the body as being this massive instrument. What happens when you play a guitar and it's totally out of tune? It's not going to play a pretty harmony and sound and melody. But what happens when you begin to tune it so that it's all within the same scale, all within the same range? Same thing with the body, right? There's this beautiful analogy of the universe. To me, I interpret that as we're all one. We're all one part of this beautiful song, of this beautiful verse, and we each have our own instrument to tune. And so perhaps if we each learned how to tune our own instrument, the song of the universe could be one of harmony rather than one of chaos. Now, I know that that's a beautiful thought, beautiful image. Maybe in today's world, it's harder, easier said than done, right? But the only thing we really have domain and control over is ourselves. And the beauty of entrainment, here's what I want to leave you with. The beauty of entrainment, of that influence, right? Of one object influencing the vibration of another. The beauty of entrainment is that we humans entrain with one another. And so if you are going back to the lab every day, right? We're alchemists. If we're going back to the lab every day, we're tuning our instrument, we're doing the practices, we're doing the things that keep our body in tune: nutrition, rest, movement, community, mindfulness, insert whatever does it for you. If each individual did that, or even if you just did that, you're raising your vibration, you're bringing yourself back into tune. And through entrainment, just through your presence alone, you can influence the frequency of a room. So I'm going to play a singing bowl for you. It's going to be very brief. It's going to be very light. We're just going to take a few breaths together and I'll send you off for the rest of your day. Because again, this mini series is just snippets, digestible, bite-sized pieces to perhaps introduce you to something, perhaps deepen your understanding of something, perhaps to rekindle your acquaintance with something, a modality that is. Hello and welcome to your Heart Coherence Sound Bath. My name is Natalie and today I'll be guiding you through a meditation focused around creating coherence by guiding visualization and focus of awareness at the heart space. And that will be supported by the frequencies of the instruments that you see in front of me. So when you're ready, go ahead and find a comfortable place to meditate, whether you'd like to be sitting up or laying down. Just allowing the body to settle into the space. And we'll begin by uniting the breath in the meditation. Go ahead and exhale all of the air out. Take a deep belly breath in. And open mouth, audible exhale. Letting the shoulders drop. Allowing the breath to be natural and smooth. Breathing in and out through the nose. Letting the body settle in the space that you're in. Inviting the muscles in the body to soften. Maybe the eyebrows unfurrow. Maybe the jaw unclenches. letting your awareness be here and now in the present moment. Full, deep inhales, long, complete exhales. And now staying where you are, relaxed, aware, calm. Begin to bring your awareness to your heart space. Maybe it helps to place a hand to anchor your awareness at your heart. Becoming even more aware of your heart center. If the hand is there, maybe you feel the subtle heartbeat. Now, as you continue to breathe, imagine that the inhale was to travel into the heart and out through the heart. As if with every breath in, the air could swirl about in the heart space. And as you breathe out, feeling the chest slightly drop. And as your awareness continues to stay at the heart, continue to invite the breath to deepen on the inhales and lengthen on the exhales. Bringing a sense of sweetness to the face, to the body. As you notice the breath maybe beginning to slow, bring to your mind's eye everything that you're grateful for, the people in your life, the experiences that you've had, opportunities that have been given to you. Gratitude for your loved ones, for pets, gratitude for yourself, for your own innate gifts that you've been granted. And just continue to allow gratitude to flood your body. Maybe visuals play like a movie as you watch different frames of your life that you are grateful for in front of you. Maybe simply imagine, reminisce, get lost in memory. Now anchoring into gratitude for this exact present moment. And proceed to take a deep breath in through the nose, filling the belly, the lungs, the chest. Hold the breath at the top. Open mouth, audible sigh. Let it go. Slowly coming back into your body, wiggling the fingertips, the toes. And when you're ready, fluttering the eyes back open. Thank you for meditating with me today.